Ghanaians are tired of pettiness. Ghanaians are tired of mismanagement. Ghanaians are tired of incompetence. And that is the
Ghana for any problem here because they are 3 SHS. That is not a reality. It is a mockery.
So a man who says he's fighting corruption, how can he use land gas to take people's lands and properties from them?
Good evening. Welcome to Omega Live TV, Ghana at 2020 Political School. My name is Kofi Kula. Today we'll be having a David and Goliath affair. Who is your David and who is your Goliath? And if anything, does position of the ballot paper means anything to the electorates or to the Ghana at large? Today we have here with us Mr. Issah Ayumah, who is the Nasara coordinator and a senior communicator for MPP UK. Issah, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kula.
Yeah, how was the journey?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
You have a good day?
Yeah, the day was good, but not quite good. You see me in black. Yeah, it's because of we've lost our former MP of Boko Central, where I come from.
Okay.
That is Agamusa Kandi. And yeah, today we went for the final view of him, and he will be taken to Ghana probably by Friday. So I'm just coming from that funeral ground. That's why you see me wearing this dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our condolences.
Yeah, thank you.
To the family.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And also on my right, for the first time, we have Mr. Issaka Sannie, known as Farrakhan, very popular in the NDC circle. And he is the Zongo Caucus coordinator, NDC UK and Ireland. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kula.
Yeah. So what does that mean? Zongo Caucus coordinator.
First, I would say good evening to the viewers, and as always, we appreciate Omega TV's effort in bringing our political issues to the diaspora so that we could participate in the political situation in Ghana. What NDC Zongo Caucus Coordinator Office does is to establish a bridge, political bridge, in that the people within the Zongos would be, the coordinator would be able to go down to the people within the Zongo, be able to identify their needs and wants, get them to participate in the political process of the nation, thereby making making NDC a holistic political party as a social democratic party. And also what we do as coordinators is we have different coordinators, so we bring all their resources together, look at their needs, and present it to the party, see how best the party can formulate policies to address the issues of our Zongos. And so, as a coordinator, that's the function that I perform.
So it's something different to the Zongo development, which the MPP are doing?
Yeah, what Zongo development, what we do is that we first, for any development to take place, you need to be able to ascertain the challenge that the people have, that you bring about development that will benefit them. So as the coordinating body, what we do is we bring about what development the people would need and benefit. So the party would therefore provide
Has this
policies.
been there all these years?
It's always been there.
Okay.
Yeah, NDC Zongo coordinator.
Did it make any difference for the Zongo community?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can you say some of them?
One of the most profound policy that has emanated from the Zongo community that had come through the Zongo coordinators is core understanding of the Islamic position
Okay.
of Muslims when a Muslim dies.
Oh, okay.
We explain to the party is that Islam as a religion deals with the being, both the physical and the spiritual, from your birth through not only to your death, but after death.
Okay.
For which reason there has always been serious challenge within the Muslim community when a Muslim passes on.
Okay.
When we go to a funeral, when we go to hospital and a Muslim passes on, sometimes some of us have to go through to see the hospital, see the doctors, so as to be able to get the Muslim corpse not mixed with other
Yeah,
corpse.
I went to school in a Muslim area.
Brilliant. So it's been a major concern that we've always been having. My father passed away some 18 years ago when I was young. The hell that we went through, and also when we were home, working with the MP, all the time when somebody passes on, we have to come on, have to go. Sometimes we have to find a way to facilitate it financially to get it done.
Thank you.
So we got the political NDC to understand that this is major religious problem that we need solved. So the party has decided to facilitate that and take away the hassle so that Muslims will be able to perform their religious duty with ease.
Thank you. Issah, you have something to say about that?
Yeah, I'm so sad and shocked the way my brother is talking about NDC facilitating.
What did you started with sad and shocked?
Yeah,
Why?
because we are talking about people living in the Zongo community, and these Zongo communities is areas where it has been deprived for so many years. And when we talk of Zongo communities, it's where settlers come around the world or other areas in different countries or something like that to come and settle in some areas. And even
They come from different countries.
Something like Ivory Coast, Abidjan, this thing, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, etc. You understand? That is how we see the Zongo community is all about, and even inner city. People who come from maybe some part of northern region, etc., to live in the cities whereby they are not originally from there, and they have been located in the area which is very poor areas. You understand? And you can find these areas in our country, every part of in our country, especially in the cities. Something like Takrady, Accra, Kumasi, Cape Coast, etc. If you go around this area, Kofori, Dua, etc. If you go around this area, you find Zongo communities around there. And they have been living in poverty, no toilet.
So what are you trying to arrive
What I'm trying
for the
to arrive
purpose of
is-
our viewers?
Yeah, what I'm trying to arrive is, my brother is talking about to facilitate Islamic religion of death or something like that, which I disagree with him. Why did I disagree with him? If you are talking about Zongo, their lifestyle, the living standard of the Zongo people, which is very important as a political party, you need to look at that. You understand? But not just because of the religion. If you transform the people's life, the religion will follow up with what they can be able to do for themselves when it comes to people, like if they lost a relative or a family member, they will know how to arrange for all these things. And even with that case, Muslim, we don't even keep our body for more than 24 hours. So I don't think that is a big deal for a whole political party to be putting this thing, a whole institution like, they said Zongo Caucus or what? Is it Zongo Caucus?
Yeah, Zongo
Caucus coordinator, just to look at somebody, maybe somebody demands or somebody died, and then that is their
Okay,
their
we
job.
will come to that argument at some point.
Yeah. So what I wanted to learn is Zongo Development Fund and Zongo Inner City Ministry has been set up to make sure that the life of the people living in that communities must change. It has been, what surprised me is the NDC has ruled the country for more than 30 years, or at least 30 years. And if that is their reason for putting that institution as Zongo Caucus, then I'm really, really disappointed. That is my reason.
You want to say something before we close?
I think if you could help him, he failed to understand what I said.
Yes.
Kula had asked some of the roles or functions of Zongo Caucus coordinator. So what I was explaining is that as coordinator, we go down to the people, we look at the concerns, we look at the concerns and challenges of the people. One of the concerns that we identified is that as Muslims, which it is, predominantly people living in Zongos are Muslims. And as Muslims, we have a challenge whenever somebody passes on, how to facilitate the death from the time of difficulty all the way to burial. I believe in Britain they do it very well, where they look at bereavement. When somebody dies, while somebody is in palliative stage, what they do, they begin to look at the spiritual side of it, and then they decide, how do you deal with it? If the situation is that you're a Muslim, then you identify the mosque that you want the hospital to transfer the person when the person passes on. So we looked at it and saw the challenge of our people and passed it on to the party, and the party is saying they would ensure that they facilitate and take out that religious challenge that we have. I'm sure we would all understand how the value people, the emotional value people attach to their religion. So a religious act that has a challenge and the party sees our cry and understand is going to work on it, it's a plus, but that is not our sole responsibility. What I'm saying is it's one of the challenges of the community we found, and it's been looked at.
We will revisit that at some point. Yeah. But then, Issah, does position on the ballot paper means anything to the electorates? Now, John Boadu said for the MPP to get the first position indicates that the MPP is a leader in providing development projects for the country and its people.
All right.
Now, NDC, to the NDC, this signifies the second coming of John Mahama. And they describe the MPP position as for Nana Addo to only serve the first term. They think that having a second position, they describe it as the second coming of John Mahama. And for Nana Addo to get first position, they describe it as serving only the first term. What is your views about the ballot paper? Is there any luck associated with ballot paper?
Yeah, if you look at the whole thing, I think I was following it since...
I think all the prophets in Ghana and everything, the Muslims community, the Imam, everyone has come out and they all giving their views about it.
Yes. But to me, there is no anything that we should be looking at a spiritual way or something like that. But for me, my understanding is this, that when you get to political situation like this, yes, it is good that you get the first or the number one in terms of the kind of electric that we've got in our country, because of how sometimes we've got a lot of spoiled ballot papers. You get where I'm coming from. And this is the time that we are having about 11 or 12 candidates in one ballot paper. And if this thing, you get the first slot, it is going to help you by winning a lot of vote if they are going to vote for you. You get where I'm coming from. Better than being in the middle or
so having the first button.
Exactly. So you could see that most of our people in Ghana, the way we vote, especially when it got to the rural communities, sometimes they don't even look at who they actually want to vote for. But the moment they strike something in front of them, then they go straight away with it.
So you're saying there is no significance in this? There is no...
There can be significance. That is what I'm explaining, that this significance is this, that yes, the first position is very good for our president, who is the leader of the country, like our secretary said, our general secretary said, because he has done so many things that, which has brought the first time of those things. You understand where I'm coming from? So being the first on the ballot, one, it helps not people.
Oh, hi, good. I will let you continue. Hello, sorry, who is calling? Where are you calling from?
You're speaking to Sule from South
Sule,
Africa.
yeah, Sule, we will start taking calls 10:15, if you don't mind, please. 10:15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Call back later.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you.
our viewers, we would like you to know we will start taking calls from 10:15. Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
Sule.
all right,
Thank you. Okay,
Thank
bye.
you.
Yeah, like I'm explaining, because we have seen that the significance of getting the first position is good, simply because of first ballot papers that will get spoiled. Some people may like to vote for you, but if you are in the middle, they may mistakenly put their tongue in a certain way that it could be a spoiled ballot paper.
Okay.
You get where I'm coming from. So this one is good that, yes, at least you find that people will be looking at the top,
Okay.
which you have already been a popular person in your
Okay.
country, because you've
So
done
it
so
makes
many
it
things that
easier
people,
for
yes, it's easier
voters.
for people to identify you.
Yeah.
You understand? Because
Okay.
you've been very popular.
So you
in
are
the
looking
country.
at it in a different angle.
I'm looking at it in the, not this prophetic and whatnot and so on. It has got nothing to do. The only thing
And
that
also
we
have
know-
nothing to do with research.
Oh, as for the research, we've already done it, and we've realized that yes, this is the actual thing that once he's been in there, is good for us, simply because the most dangerous for us was this, that people would have get spoiled ballot papers.
Okay.
You,
Thank you.
you get me? But this research has really come out that yes, he's number one is the best way to get people who are, we needed more than what we had in 2016.
Okay,
And that is
thank
the
you.
reason why we are happy of the first
Okay.
slot that we've got.
Thank you.
So anybody who is saying, I'm finished, anybody who is saying that he's coming, that's the first step, then he should check what he has done and what the people are going with him in the country. This is easy analysis, because you could see that some people are going on the campaign, nobody is even following them. You cannot even see their campaign. But this is a situation whereby our president, anywhere, look at the strategy that we've put. The president is somewhere, the vice is somewhere, first lady is somewhere, the second lady is somewhere. So we are doing
We're
something.
all working hard
Yes.
towards.
So this strategy has
the
really
elections.
killed the NDC into the extent that you cannot see their campaign. So they should think twice about what they are saying. NPP second, that MAHAMA second come for where? He cannot come back, honestly.
Thank you. Well, Arafat, you heard everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
That's right.
Issah concluded his submission by saying that MAHAMA cannot come back.
That's right.
But the news or the message out there in the community is that the NDC saying that the second coming of John Mahama, having the fourth position, and they describe the MPP position for ADDO is to serve one term. What's your views on that?
What is beautiful about nature is that you cannot discount the significance of number in our life.
Okay.
It is undisputable everywhere. Every religion, when you look at the materials, you will see it. Let me give you this fact. I made a quick search on this issue, and
so you are bringing religion in it?
no. Before I get to religion,
Okay.
there's religion in it.
Okay.
Before I get there, I took a look at what numerologists are talking about, and what they said was about the significance of the number 2. According to according to numerologists, the number 2 is associated with the establishment of harmony, balance, and consideration of love in every society. That is what they've established. And this feature or description fits exactly the person of John Dramani Mahama, who is one of the most visionary leaders in Africa of the 21st century. And also, when I go further to look at what they mean by the establishment of balance and harmony with the number 2, and then look at the issue of intuitiveness, which says a person operating within number 2 on a ballot box, for example, with the situation of John Dramani Mahama, our incoming president, for example, it says it's a person that has deep subconscious level of thinking and a visionary person, and that has a profound power to bring people and bring the best in them. And what is more significant in this narrative that goes to describe John Dramani Mahama, it says that this quality of the person at number 2 inspires people to bring out their best without the use of force, which is contrasted with the situation with number 1. And then it goes further to say that the number 2 presents that person as a unifying person and a peacemaker. And this is a clear quality that we all associate with John Dramani Mahama, his administration, his leadership, his management of the political party, and his approach to things. But it did not stop there, but then go further to say that person becomes influential with so much internal power that he can sense energy of what is good that can be beneficial for people going forward, or without necessarily having to use so much force. It is a kind of internal power or willpower that other people cannot see or do not have the capacity to see. And these are all some of the features that we can all trace to John Dramani Mahama. But I went further to look at what the Bible says about the number 2. This is where I bring about religion. I'm a practicing Muslim, but when it comes to research, you look at all materials. According to biblical numerologists, they are stating that the number 2 signifies unity and witness of fact. To go there, they gave us example with Genesis 2:23 all the way to 24, where it talks about the creation of man and a woman, establishing the 2 there. And then it went forward to look at the issue of testimony of human being, of God's words, where it talks of the New Testament and Old Testament. This goes further to justify or reinforce the presentation by numerologists of establishment of balance, so where there is 2. Just let me just add these few ones. And then also it talks about Adam and Eve. Then we have another 2 establishing balance. When you go further,
these have a lot of links.
Absolutely.
In terms of research.
Absolutely. So the message is that we can understand that NPP will lack the capacity or capability to be able to interpret this number 2 position of John Dramani Mahama. We don't fault them. You don't fault somebody who doesn't know. But what we want to establish is that God has his own way of doing things. There is a unique situation that had happened in 16. There is this numerologist who said, if you look at any time, historically, Ghana had an accelerated development project that was going on, in which whose administration was that? Kwame Nkrumah. And it was truncated by who? NPP.
Okay.
So you could see that when we have
now linking.
Yes,
linking
to
this,
make it. Just let me land on this.
Okay.
So when we were having our accelerated development during Nkrumah, NPP truncated it. And then God gave us another opportunity by bringing in John Dramani Mahama, the second coming.
Okay.
And who again truncated it?
Link this to your argument that ADDO on Tuesday said to the people of Volta region, he went to Ketu, right. And he said that has requested for Ghanaians to judge him by his records. He wants the people of Ketu in the Volta region to judge him by his records. Looking at ADDO records to Mahama, who is currently leading the polls in Volta region, and why? Why do you think?
Do you want me to proceed?
Yes, go on. In. Is Volta region one of the battlegrounds for the elections?
Is he talking of the Volta region that he called West Africa, or the Volta region that is now looking and seeking vote from? If it is the one that has always been part of Ghana before he came into power, what it is that the people of Volta region have a clear choice to make. They have a John Dramani Mahama, who is the visionary leader that we all admit in Africa that had brought tremendous development in the Volta region. When you talk of the university we established there, when you talk of the roads that we've done there, when you talk of the E-blocks that we've...
Issah, you keep on laughing. What, can you let Farrakhan concentrate on his discussion?
I'm not talking.
When you look at all the developmental projects that we've brought cut across the entire Volta region. The people have the absolute choice to choose. But when you unfortunately have to look at what Akufo-Addo is trying to present, which one are the people looking at? Look at the harassment, the intimidation, the assault, and the suppression that Akufo-Addo has meted out onto the people. Which record is he expecting them to use? Is it the record of taking away fertilizers from the people and selling to them that is meant to be free, or the record of using the subsidized fuel, giving the subsidized fuel to NPP persons to sell to the people of their party, or the record of the intimidation that the people have gone through, or the constant bastardization of the people of the Volta region by his family member Gabi Ochirdaku on Twitter, or the constant insult of the Volta region that they are Togolese people? Or which record can Akufo-Addo talk of in Volta region? And when he went to Kumasi, he categorically stated that
he said he wants them to vote for him to retain him as president on December 7th post to enable him to continue with the development of the area and also to Ghana at large.
So that is the point. Which development? You could remember when John Dramani Mahama was at Kumasi, what he told Otumfuo. We have done this project and we are on it, and it was truncated. We are in to continue. We were constructing this. When we went out of office, we are back. So Akufo-Addo should specifically say to the people of Volta region, I have established an office and provided a minister to have a port that is yet to be built and have been paying for nothing. That is the record they can look at.
Issah will answer that. Thank you. Issah, you heard it.
I think you see, we are building a nation, and we are Ghanaians, and we have to be factual. We have to be truthful. Say a cannot create a tray minor. Yes, and say because of your political background and I say politics we just come out and say, and yet Nana Akufo-Addo and Kasakeke. He's not the only person. He's not the person who is saying that he has made a lot of development within his 4 years in the Volta region. It's the people of the Volta region who are telling him, because I can witness, when the MPP was established in 1992, you cannot go to the Volta region with a flag. Even the shirt resemble MPP, you cannot go there. And we've got all these records. But today, the MPP is flying all over Volta region, both Volta and OT. It is not Nana Akufo-Addo who is saying it. The people themselves are dancing. They have seen the developmental project that the president has brought to them. And one of the chiefs, the paramount chief of the area, said, look, we have never ever experienced a tie roads in our communities for all these years, being voted NDC into government. And you are the first person who did it. Just the day before yesterday, a naval training center, which is for navies, etc. My brother is saying that, what are we paying for nothing and it's sitting there? Please, nurses, teachers training allowances. You see that the Volta region, what their priority was, nursing and teaching. These two areas.
Why is this two areas?
Yeah, because of their community, the way it is, because they are eager to learn.
What's the difference between their community and other communities?
The other communities, we've got some farming areas, etc., that rainfall 24 hours.
They do fishery.
Yeah, they do fishing. But these developments should have done when they were voting NDC into power, to make sure that their fishing is one of their priority. But they neglect all those things. Now that these things is happening, you understand? If I said these things, it is because the people were learning. They were eager to go to school or have sympathy. Look, there are people who are caring, and they care for people in terms of hospitality, etc. So you find them, most of them attend nursing training colleges. You understand? And after school, they don't have a job to do. And they keep on voting for NDC, PNDC, NDC. Even their own person that His Excellency, the former President Jerry Rawlings, did nothing for them. But now they can see that there is a lot of improvement and changes in their lives style. My brother was saying that he has increased fertilizer, etc. I think you don't understand where this projects and whatnot and so on is going on. Look, planting for food and jobs, it is the people themselves who confess that that project has really changed their life in terms of what? The provision of giving them fertilizers, etc. Yes, why is it that the fertilizer have to be given to them in that manner? Because initially, or the NDC time, what they were doing is saying that they are giving them free. It will not go to them, but it rather export to different countries. And this was exactly what was happening. So the people themselves were not getting the fertilizer, but in records of them, it was like they are giving them the free fertilizer. It has been smuggled to different countries. Now, when our government came in and introduced this planting for food and jobs,
is shaking his head.
yes, that is the fact. It is the truth. When the government,
What evidence do you have on that?
oh, but go and ask the people themselves. They will tell you.
And this is what the both
Exactly,
people,
the
both are
voter
saying.
people are even saying it, that look, these things were going to different countries. The Togolese were receiving these kind of things, even advocates, but now, because of that,
Receiving it from who?
from the government at that time,
Okay.
who were having agents, who were selling these things, but they said to the country that they are giving them free.
So if there is evidence, why didn't police do anything?
You
about
see,
it? Or-
look, Mr. Kula, that is what I started, that we have to be factual. We have to tell our people the truth. Let's not say because of politics,
Okay.
that we lie. Because we need power. We are desperate for power, and people will sit down and forget about what the people are enjoying now. You understand? 24 hours, 7 days a week, about 4 good years, there was doomsday in the country. People were dying under John Dramani Mahama.
Kula, could I please come in? Sorry, I have to do this, but
No, go on.
I think we've reached.
But let him land.
Let me land.
No,
You
no,
see,
no.
I was just quiet listening to you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. If you want to ask question, ask him. Yeah, go on.
yeah, you can ask me a question.
No, it's just to plead that when you're moderating, if somebody is telling a lie, you have to
No, I've
stop and
asked
don't
him.
allow the person to proceed.
You
No.
ask
I asked him where is the source.
No,
And
on the
he
issue,
also
on the
has
issue
said-
of doomsday, it's resolved. It's no MPP lies is no longer holding on that. So you will have to tell him no.
Doomsday has
it's
been a
not hold.
debate going on. They are saying, and ADDO have said it.
No. A
But we
research,
have said
a
it.
research.
What
has-
research are you
research
talking
has-
about?
has
What
proven-
research are you talking about?
Both camps are saying
Listen,
that
what
they are the
research
ones
is he
who
talking
know
about?
them.
No, what research are you talking about? Because it is a fact. Ghanaians themselves are
Both
saying
sides
that
have been
you
debating
know
on
nothing
it
about
continuously,
it.
but we are saying this
please,
thing every day.
look, forget about that. As for that,
Okay,
the Ghanaian
okay.
people will show us that for the past 4 years that they have been continuing enjoying electricity. They will show us if Nana Akufo-Addo has done nothing about it. They would vote Mahama back to power.
No.
You understand?
Issah,
So please,
Issah,
what I'm
Issah,
saying
Issah,
is
you have
that,
a chance
listen,
to talk about
you
it.
have the chance to talk. What I'm saying is this, that people themselves around the country have now seen the difference between what they used to call political parties. They have now understood that there is a political party who think about the ordinary people, who think about the collective people in the country, who can enjoy everything that the government policy is affecting. It has getting to everybody. And that is why we've got the free senior high school, we've got the national health insurance, now it's working. Everything is back on track. My friend is sitting here, or my brother is sitting here to tell the whole world. Meanwhile, people were suffering at that time. Even national health insurance was not working. Is that true or not? Today, have you heard anybody complaining from Ghana about national health insurance? Why is it so?
The only thing is that Farrakhan does not agree with you in terms of doing so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if he didn't
To him,
agree
it's the NDC who-
because the NDC did nothing about doing so. What they were saying is they are bringing in power, generators and whatnot, and that wasn't the problem. The problem was financial. They were not providing the people or the electricity companies and whatnot and so on, service providers, they were not giving them the necessary financial support to let them generate power for us. All the money was going to their own people. Okay. And if you mean to go on and on and on, then we cannot finish this today. Because if you look at the kind of money that gone into people like the NDC time, into individuals' pocket, who hasn't been accounted for the job that they were given to do. In fact, Ghana was bleeding at that time. Look at this Hope Cities and whatnot and so on. You remember that project, Hope City? If my brother can understand or remember that, it all that money, about 10 billion, it gone. Nobody has even talked about that. Okay. And this same person is saying that he's coming to revive Ghana. Where are you going to revive? You see, let's be honest to our people. And our people are listening. They are not like those days. They are very clever now. They understood the whole thing. That look, politics is not about coming to tell me lie and whatnot and so on. And I'm assuring my brother that maybe next year like this, or next year this time, me and him will come here and debate again.
Thank you. Well, Farrakhan, you heard it all.
Thank you very much.
I think it will be fair on you to start on the doomsday before you go on the point, because
initially I would rather start on the real character of Akufo-Addo that is infesting the people of NPP. Unfortunately, this crop of Akufo-Addo and NPP.
When you say the rare character of Akufo-Addo,
yes, the
people of
MPP supporters, this current MPP supporters. When you were talking about the achievement of NPP in the Volta region, he said, and I quote him, they like nursing and teacher training because that is how they... You cannot define an entire region by your understanding of what they do or profession they practice.
No, but if I say I like it, it is not defining. Because I know them. I know them as well.
Can I learn?
Look, I know them as well. Because he's bringing Kabbalistic, like he's trying to say that defining. And this is finish. You want to write it down. This is what they have been doing.
Let me finish.
They have been diverting people's attention about this.
Let me finish.
Let him. He gave you opportunity to talk.
That's right.
Let him. Yeah.
This is the canker that is, like our people say, when the head gets rotten, the entire body is rotten. This reflects the kind of attitude of Akufo-Addo. You don't define an entire region by what you think their profession is. That is flawed thinking. But to tell you what...
When you are sitting here saying that you are a coordinator going to the Zongo people to find out what is their real problem, isn't it?
Yes,
but now look at what you are telling around to say. Because you are confused about the whole thing. Because you want to say that you are going down there to find out from the Zongo community what they are need. And now you are telling around to say what I said is something like I'm defining something for some people.
That's right.
Is that what? You see, so people will
So I may proceed. I may proceed. What I was, when I spoke about Akufo-Addo's presence in Volta region, and I said he needed to have stated categorically to the people what he has done and intend to continue, for which reason the people would invest in him by voting so that he would continue. That is what every leader would do. But let me give you a little list of what NDC has done in Volta region. In health, we have Akachi District Hospital expansion. We have Adaklu District Health Directorate. We have a unit nursing quarters. We have in health only, we have 23 infrastructure products that we've done in Volta region alone. And when it comes to schools and educational facilities, we have University of Health and other science. For your information, throughout the entire history of NPP, since those bomb-throwing NPP that overthrew Kwame Nkrumah till today, not a single NPP administration has built a university in Ghana. Not a single one.
We are aware that even
not a single one.
Report, it is
so let me continue. Community day high schools in Nkwanta, several of them on education alone, NDC has constructed 108 projects in Volta region alone. So if a leader, the visionary leader who seeks to address the needs of the infrastructure deficit of the people comes and speaks to them, he tells them, judge me by the one, when he speaks on education, judge me by the 108 educational project that I have made for you. And when it comes to health facilities, he will say, judge me by the 25 health facilities that are. This is what a leader comes and speaks to the people about. But one also, let me add the issue of teacher training allowance and all those health nursing allowance. Let me just conclude on it.
No, I would like to say something. Yes. The paramount chief of Afefi, the traditional council, has described President of the Republic as a competent, compassionate, great and visionary leader who is deserving of a second term in office. This was said in Volta yesterday. So what's your view of that?
When you ask me what's my view on that, I would say that is an appreciation of that particular chief of Akufo-Addo. So I do not tag that expression to the people of Volta. That is an individual view of Akufo-Addo. For that reason, I'll say he's entitled to his view. I do not say anything to. But when you talk of vision, you translate what John Dramani Mahama would do. When we had Ebola, John Dramani led the entire world and resolved Ebola. Not a single person had contracted Ebola in Ghana.
Ebola, we will let you continue. I think Sule have called again from South Africa. Hello, good evening, Sule. How are you?
I'm alright, and how are you, Mr. Kula?
Well, everything is going well. We heard everything, Sule.
Yes, it is.
Do you have any view on what is going on in terms of the discussion?
Hello, Mr. Kula. I vehemently disagree with what the NDC gentleman is saying.
My name is Farrakhan.
His name is Farrakhan.
So, I'm not mixing my words.
Mr. Farrakhan.
Okay, I vehemently disagree with Farrakhan on many of the things that he's been saying. Mr. Kula, he is the one who said you should tell somebody, if somebody is lying, you should point it out to him. But he's sitting there lying that the NPP overthrew Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And he has no facts to back those allegations. We all know who overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. It was a military regime. The NPP has never been involved in any military regime. So please don't lie to the people. Now I'm coming to this issue of the mortuary. You see, I don't know if my brother is a Muslim or what, but for us, what we know.
Sule, he is a Muslim. Sorry? He is a Muslim.
He's a Muslim.
Yeah,
okay, very well. He's a Muslim, very well. Then, if he's a Muslim, I think you should know. For us Muslims, it is the responsibility of the family members of the deceased or the Muslims in the local community to bury our dead, not the responsibility of government. And in Islam, there's no space for mortuaries in Islam. In Islam, our religion teaches us that we should bury our dead as soon as possible. That's what the religion teaches us. And we all know what mortuaries are for. Mortuaries are for keeping the dead. So if John Dramani Mahama
can Sule elaborate?
Come and look into
just for your elaboration, could you elaborate what is the shortest duration?
I can hardly hear you.
Mr. Farrakhan want to ask you a question. Can you speak a little bit high?
Tell him to let me land before he asks a question. He shouldn't ask me. He should let me speak. When I'm done, he can ask me a question.
Okay, Sule,
I want to flow. Yes. So, Mr. Kula, for John Dramani Mahama to come and look into the eyes of the people of the Zongos and tell us that he wants to build us mortuary, it's an insult. And he should, my brother there should be ashamed of himself. Because if he is from the Zongo, and other people are building factories for their community, and then John Dramani Mahama will come and tell us that he's going to build us mortuary, so that when we die, they keep us dead. Isn't that an insult? We need jobs. Who in the Zongos told them that we need mortuary? They should tell us. Which Zongos did they consult? And who in the Zongos told them that our priority is mortuary? Mr. Kula, I can tell you, toilets, places of convenience, we actually need those things more than a much in the Zongos. Because in the Zongos, we all know what happens there. People do their things and throw them in the lungus. And then it breeds diseases. And people get sick. No wonder Dramani Mahama said he wants to introduce Okada. So people will die and then they keep them in the mortuary. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Okay, do you want to hear from Farrakhan?
Sorry?
Do you want to hear from Farrakhan?
Yes, I want to hear from him now.
Sule, did you hear John Dramani Mahama when he made the speech?
Sorry?
Did you listen to JDM when he made the speech on the mortuary issue? Yes or no?
No, it is in your manifesto.
No, I'm asking you. No. I'm asking you, did you hear John Dramani Mahama when he made the speech? Yes or no?
When he made a speech. No, I did not hear him make any speech, but I heard him read it.
You heard him read it. And your understanding is that NDC has decided to build mortuaries in all Zongos. Is that your understanding?
Yes, my understanding is that you guys are saying that you are going to facilitate the barrier, how the bodies are kept and all that.
So but now,
see, that should
no, please don't proceed. No, it's my turn now. No, it's my turn now.
Are you telling me?
No, Sule, it's my turn now.
That's the question.
No, it's my turn now. What I was establishing is that you don't have to come online and lie that NDC says they are going to build mortuaries.
But it is in your
the subject is facilitation of burial. No.
Ask you a question.
No. Let me land. Let me establish. No. I need to establish it.
Thank you.
We need to establish.
Thank you, Sule. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay.
We need to establish the fact.
Okay. Go on.
All NPPs must take it from here today. And Kula, anybody who comes here and says NDC says they are going to build mortuary in all Zongos, tell them in the face it's a lie. They have to stop that.
Okay.
It's an insult to the Islamic religion and the people of Islam.
Okay.
That is the point. I live in Edmonton. In Edmonton, we have a mortuary. We have a brother who passed on recently. The arrangement with the hospital and palliative office was that we arranged. As soon as he had passed on, they shifted him to Edmonton morgue. They had a mortuary there. That is where they kept him. And when they keep him there, what happens? Then the family closer to him come over, arrange.
Hold on, caller, please.
They will arrange the bath of the person. They will arrange the burial and go and bury him. So therefore, it is a facilitation of the burial of a Muslim in accordance with Islam, which is a cardinal principle in the practice of Islam. I would rather NPP does not make this a political issue, because this is an Islamic issue and it is an insult for anybody to come and insult Muslims that NDC says they are going to build mortuary for them. That is an insult.
Put it in your manifesto.
We are talking. That is why I am saying.
And you are talking about facilitating.
Yes.
Already the people of Ghana who are Muslims have no problem facilitating.
I have given you an example of my relation. How many people have you seen who have buried? Kula even testified that he lived in Zongo. He knows people who have struggled.
So what is the policy? Let our viewers hear what you are saying in terms of
policy. The clear policy NDC is stating is that Muslims have a struggle in practicing their spiritual function in burying their dead when the person passes on. So
what are you going to do?
So what Muslims would do is that they would facilitate in any hospital that has a mortuary. There will be a provision.
Thank you.
Where an Islamic body is being taken care of in an Islamic way, where we have Muslims have a specific way they bath the dead, so that they could bath the person there, they prepare the person there.
So the message going around, you are saying is not the truth.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. Okay, thank you.
So that is what I want you to
thank you. Let's hear from the caller, then Issah, you continue. So who is calling? Where are you calling from, please?
Yeah, my name is Malik.
Hello, Mr. Malik. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kula. Good evening to Mr. Issaka, Sannie, and then Ayumah.
Yeah, thank you. Can you speak a bit louder for us? And
Yeah,
we heard
can you hear
everything.
me now?
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, we can. Yeah.
Before I proceed, I want to make a correction. There was nowhere that the NDC flag bearer mentioned that he was going to build mortuaries. He actually visited a Zongo community, a Muslim community, if I may say that. And it was out of the conversation that the Imam said that they don't find it comfortable mixing the deceased Muslims with other dead bodies. And that if provision could be made for their bodies to be separated, so that when they want to prepare them for burial, it wouldn't be among the other dead bodies. That was what he meant. But you know, MPP and their propaganda, as soon as they heard dead bodies, it has to do with mortuary.
Yeah, Mr. Malik, Sule, who called in, suggested that it's in the manifestos.
Let me tell you something.
He's saying it's in the NDC manifestos.
Mr. Kula, Sule doesn't know anything about the Zongos. Sule comes from Tamale. I know where Sule comes from. He's not from a Zongo area.
Oh, so you know him?
I know him. I know him very well. Look, let's forget about Sule at all. Mr. Kula. Mr. Kula.
Yes, yeah, Mr. Malik.
Look, we're talking about the private areas. Development in the private areas. The two gentlemen there, one is from Zongo and the other is from the northern region. Mr. Kula, these are places you can find the private areas.
When you say the two gentlemen here, we have Mr. Farrakhan here and also Mr. Ayumah. So, but you saying, how do you know where Ayumah come from? How do you know Farrakhan?
Ayumah comes from Boku area. Is this a villa or something? I forgot it.
Is that where you come from, Issah?
And that place is not a Zongo.
Yes.
Do you know that Boku, there is a Zongo in Boku?
There's Zongo everywhere.
No. So what do you say that I come from the north? I'm not a Zongo boy. You see, if you are calling all people that come from the north,
you have a chance.
Can you stop him?
Yeah, go on, Mr. Malik.
Now, let me tell you, I know Boku very well. I know Tamale very well. I know I schooled in Tamale. When we're talking about records, you talk about NDC. It was NDC that actually brought light to that gentleman. Ayumah seated there. He never saw light in his place. It was NDC that sent light to Boku.
You see, stop that kind of dams. Stop that kind of language. You know what?
No.
He said he knows Boku.
Let's
let me tell him. Mr. Malik, before PNDC even came.
Mr. Kula.
Hold on.
Let me correct him.
Hold on. Mr. Malik, can you land? So Issah can continue.
No, but he's not allowing me to land.
Because you are lying. That is not the problem.
Okay, that's up to you.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I know the place very well.
No,
so
you don't know.
Let me tell you. Look, when they lied that they were going to take 40 students from deprived areas to Cuba to go and study medicine. How many people did NDC send? 250. As we speak now, the 40 are not yet born.
My younger brother did.
Where are they? Where is your 200 after even coming out from power? Where are they? And
can we hear?
Let me just land.
Please.
Let me just land. When they were campaigning in 2016, they said they were going to build hostels for Kayayes. Most of them who even come from where Ayumah comes from. They were going to build them hostels. Ask Ayumah whether those hostels have been built.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Malik. Because of time, thank you.
A lot have been done.
Thank you, Mr. Malik. Thank you very much.
A lot have been done.
Issah.
Yes. You see, Mr. Malik was talking about electricity coming to my area. I think he doesn't even know that place. Boku Secondary School was having the whole Boku town.
Are you saying Malik doesn't know?
He doesn't know that place, and he's talking about
the north.
It is Jerry or the NDC even brought electricity. My own village, which is Timpani,
hold on, caller, please.
Which is Timpani, was having a boarding school.
Caller,
can you boarding school?
Okay, Issah. Because the noise coming in, let's listen to the caller. Good evening. Who is calling? Where are you calling from, please?
Good evening, Kula. It's me, Sannie.
Oh, hello, Mr. Audi Sannie.
Deputy Secretary, UK and Ireland chapter.
Okay.
A real Zongo man.
Hello, Mr.
And
Sannie.
a Muslim.
Thank you.
Yes. And
okay.
Mr. Kula, I would like to say good evening to all your listeners.
Thank you.
And also thank you for this program.
Thank you.
In fact, I found it most strange that Issah Ayumah says that he lives in the UK. And I will not blame Sule because he says he lives in South Africa. If Issah Ayumah says that he lives in the UK and he is the Nasara coordinator, I would like to ask him, how many Muslims who passed on in the UK
That's right.
were buried without being taken to the mortuary?
That's right.
Ask him. How many Muslims who passed on in the UK were not taken to the morgue? And two, the major mosques in the UK, major mosques, East London and Balham, all the mosques have mortuary. They have mortuaries within the mosque. Ask him whether I'm saying.
So why are you justify that they are going to bring more?
Now, take it to Ghana.
Listen.
What is the meaning of this? Can we have one conversation? Now, link it to Ghana because then it makes it easier for our viewers.
Please listen to me. Muslims everywhere practice the same. There are mortuaries in Saudi Arabia. There are mortuaries in Egypt. There are mortuaries in Medina. He should show me any Islamic country where there are no mortuaries. What sort of Islam are they practicing?
That's right.
Is it for political reasons? You think that you can come out and make noise? Death is as important as death in Islam. We respect our dead, and we give them befitting burial when they passed on. We don't mix male and female, and the way we treat our dead, because at the mortuary in the mosque here, there's a morgue. From the morgue, when we bathe the person.
What are you trying to arrive at so that our viewers will understand?
What I'm arriving at is Ayumah and MPP, his MPP, they are telling Ghanaians lies. Muslims are kept in the morgue. The 24-hour that they say is not, there's no word that Quran says that the person must be buried as soon as possible. As soon as possible, no specific period was given. So for some reason, there is what we call darura in Islam. If someone passes on and there is the need for the body to be kept before burial, you can't keep the person anywhere except the morgue. And moreover, NDC manifesto did not say that the mortuaries are going to be built in the Zongos, but within existing mortuaries or new ones will be built in hospitals. So nowhere, no Zongo is going to have any mortuary. And in terms of Zongo development, Kula, and NDC has done more for the Zongos than any other party, and we continue to do it. And come 2021, should we
your brother is lying
and come back to power, which inshallah we are coming, we are going to prove to Ghanaians what fake the Zongo fund is, where Ayumah and co, Nasara and co were deceiving Ghanaian Muslims. They were doing nothing for them. What do Zongos need AstroTurf for?
Thank you.
Is AstroTurf a priority within the Zongo community?
Thank you very much. Next week we will have you here. Thank you. Issah, let's go straight to this question now because of time. MAHAMA has accused ADDO of doing selective and partisan politics with the disbursement of COVID-19 fund. So what he's saying is that all the money is going to NPP people and their families. You know, the chairman, the secretary, the COVID-19 money.
What COVID-19 money? You see,
Mama said it is not good, and voters should vote for him to make a difference for them.
This man is confused.
But as you coming up, sorry to hold you on. We have another call here. So who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Hi, good evening, caller.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Courage. I'm calling from London, and congratulations on your program.
Thank you.
Before I start, I'd like to correct one point.
Okay.
That my friend Ayumah made a comment which in our political discourse must be discouraged from all spheres. Stereotyping, it's one thing that shouldn't be encouraged in our political discourse.
Okay. What is the statement so that Issah
the
can
statement? Hence, the people from the Volta region, those from the Volta region, are renowned for learning.
Did I say those from the Volta region? You see, don't come and lie.
And pretty much, you do not stereotype or you do not generalize.
No,
make comments.
If there is a recording here, they should play. If I say those from Volta region, you see.
So
look,
let's correct that fact in the first place.
Think that
you can IE and learn, listen and learn, or you can carry on at it.
Yeah, that was saying because the NDC people like you will come with a different mindset.
The NPP doesn't listen, so
exactly. So
you can carry
if
on.
you are coming to attack me, let's be honest. Okay, sir, go straight to the point. You are coming to attack me to run my wife's integrity down.
Please,
mind your words before you come.
Can you go straight to your point, please, so that less
pretty much. The Ayumah doesn't know what he's talking about.
Who doesn't know what you're talking about? Not
me. Doing projects in the vote. Which part of the Volta region is he referring to? He claims he knows the Volta region. Which part of the Volta region is he referring to? Can you pinpoint what projects NPP has completed in the Volta region within just 4 years? And I'll correct him.
Are you from the Volta region?
Pretty much, he doesn't know what he's talking about and he's speculating. We live in a digital era now whereby you cannot lie.
Hello, sir. Are you from the Volta region?
Well, I'm from the Volta region and pretty much I know in and out of the Volta region at the back of my hand. So he should tell me what project they've done in the Volta region and I'll tell him.
Okay, thank you. Been going we will, Issah Ayumah will answer you as we go along with the code. Thank you very much. Thank you. You see, Mahama was saying, you can answer that with that question. What he's saying is that the COVID-19 relief fund, ADDO is giving the money to only MPP supporters, including their chairman and secretaries. And he said it is not good and voters should vote ADDO out and because he is there to make a difference. So that things like this, he will make sure that the country at large benefit rather than a small section of a family. This is Sule, but I think Issah go on, then we will talk to
So you see, sometimes
Sule, can you hold on, please?
Some of your callers, when they come, they shouldn't make their mind to come and attack some of who spend our time to come and sit here and talk. They should mind.
I don't know why your radio or TV.
They shouldn't put words into our mouth.
Okay, I've done that.
Thank you.
You understand? Because I didn't say that Volta region. I didn't say that.
Thank you, Issah.
Secondly, MAHAMA is saying what? His family members are enjoying free water and free electricity today. You understand? So if MAHAMA come to throw dust into the public, the vast majority of Ghanaians... He
said this today.
That's what I'm saying. Vast majority of Ghanaians has got to know who he is. You understand? Because the president, His Excellency, has no time of what he is talking about. And he himself knows that he is just lying, trying to... Look, he is desperate of power because he's confused. And that is why he's going around and saying all these things. Because of the praise that people around the world is praising the president of how he handled the COVID-19. The whole world has praised him, and Ghana is the third best handling of COVID-19. And he is confused about it. That is why he tried to run the whole thing down. And I'm not surprised. It is only his supporters who will back him. But his supporters, they will be doing that with guilty conscience because they are enjoying the free facilities that COVID-19 brought to their homes. You understand? So MAHAMA is just walking around. He's running around the country. Nobody is even...
When you say he's talking around, are you saying that there should be some evidence of this.
Of course, because
so
if he has to,
voters will
because
know
he should have.
If the money is going to them,
that's what I'm saying. Because the people have seen the evidence what the COVID-19 money is doing to them, and you come and
so
say
if
that
money is going to family members, the secretary and chairman,
it should be mentioned because the chairman and whatnot. How did he get that? That the chairman or the secretary has got that COVID-19 money?
Is laughing because he will come
because it is just a lie, and he has trained his people how to lie about certain things.
No, this was said by the former president.
That's what I'm saying. Because he trained them, he said this thing, and they will take it up. Because without any evidence that's showing that what that COVID-19 money is not even going to the party, it has got a committee. You remember the COVID-19 money that people have contributed has got a committee.
He said ADDO is giving the money to only MPP supporters.
That's what I'm saying. That how did he
including their chairman and secretary?
Because he used to do that. He used to do when he took the Ebola money. He said he divided it. He gave it to his supporters, and that is why he's saying that. If not so, even Ebola wasn't a national world pandemic. It was even only Africa. Maybe he took that money and but this is a world pandemic, which has no respect of anybody. You understand? So please, Mr. Mahama should mind the way he throw things, because he's a former president, and I've been saying this, that after 2020 election, Mahama will regret himself by losing his statesmanship because of the way he talks in this life, because people are not they are not dumb anymore. They are listening and they are knowing where these things are going on. And this country, Ghana, is been wide open around the world. People have seen what is happening.
Thank you.
So he should mind his words by not losing his statesmanship, or else after 2020 election, he will be going around the country but nobody will respect him as a statesman.
Thank you. So what you are saying is that Mahama is basically not telling the truth.
He's not. He's just lying because he ran away and then lying around the country of these things. What is the evidence? He should prove the evidence. Because listen, let me tell you something. There is something that is going around that the MPP has got bank accounts and whatnot. So they are putting individuals in certain things, which recently they even lie that there was.
Mr. Farakango answered.
Exactly. That they even lied that there was a UK government official who landed in the UK with what? 26 million pounds, isn't it?
That's right.
What happened? You see, these are the people that we are dealing with them. And sometimes I don't want to use some words about them, but that is the reality of them.
Okay. So you don't want to mention the name, you say them.
That's what I'm saying, because we are agreeing with them.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, before you go on, Farakan, we have a caller here. We will let you. So who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Mr. Kula is speaking to Sule again.
Oh, hello, Sule. How are you?
Mr. Kula. Yes, very quick one, Mr. Kula. I just called in to correct something. You see, these NDC people, they talk about things that they don't know. This last caller, the NDC caller who says he's a Muslim, you see, there are two things here. It's either he's not a Muslim or he's ignorant about his own religion. How can he come and tell the whole world that the Quran says that we should bury our dead as soon as possible? And then Mr. Arafat is shamelessly nodding his head in approval. Where in the Quran, ask Mr. Arafat, where in the Quran does it say that we should bury our dead as soon as possible? Nowhere in the Quran. It does not exist in the Quran. It is Hadith, not Quran. Quran is different from Hadith. So they should get that right. I want to ask Mr. Arafat a question, Mr. Kula.
Okay.
He should tell me, apart from the mortuaries, what else are they promising the Zongos? That is what we want to hear.
Okay.
We want to know, apart from these mortuary issues, what else are they promising the Zongos? The list said about Malik the better.
He was trying to ask you a question as well.
Okay.
Malik doesn't cease to amaze me. He says, I know nothing about the Zongo. Thank you very much. Mr. Kula, let him answer those questions. I'm waiting to hear from him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Firstly, let me address Sule's situation. He has flawed understanding. What the comrade was talking to say, Islam requires, when I started talking even, I say Islam requires, it's a recommendation of Islam. It's a core act in Islam. And he went further to say that Islam does not look at human being only. Death is as important as life.
Hold on, please. Can you lower your...
So
your TV.
So if he wants to use the argument that he says in the Quran and is in Hadith, all that what the argument is that Islam recommends that you bury the dead as early as possible, and the burial of the dead according to Islam is not onto the family of the deceased. No, it's the responsibility of any living Muslim around the time that the death happens. So if you see here, when most of our people, our people, when they die, sometimes the burial costs between £5,000 and £7,000. And there are people who are wealthy because they understand the concept. What they do is they take out part of their money and give it to the masjid or an association, say, because it is a religious duty of a Muslim to bury a Muslim, use this money whenever the burial of any Muslim arises and bury that person. And the question that he was rather put to him was, is there any Islamic country that does not have a mortuary? If his argument is that a Muslim has to be buried as early as possible, and therefore we don't need a mortuary.
Thank you.
So the question Sule was asked was, is there any Islamic country that has a mortuary? Yes, of course. And the mortuary is a necessity in our life. So
okay.
Therefore, what
point with this one? Our viewers have been sensitive. They want to know about that point as well.
On MAHAMA point,
yeah,
I would wish to implore all MPP members that no NPP person should call MAHAMA. They should all call him the incoming president of the Republic of Ghana and the visionary leader of Africa of the 21st century. This is the fitting title of the
dream of you. That is the dream of you.
You see,
something that will never happen.
You see,
even the sitting president, you people are calling him a Kufado. Oh, a sitting president who the whole world respect him.
Okay,
thank you.
You see, facts are facts. What General MAHAMA was talking about was factual events that are happening in Ghana. I have an absolute fact of about 10 NPP people that I know that submitted their application, that their application were even taken and processed for them to have this COVID-19. I ask you, how much money has
to do what?
No, I'm asking.
No, to do what? You are saying you know the amount of the money.
No.
You have to tell the whole world. And most people that
I want to prove.
No, you cannot ask me this question because
you were saying John Dramani Mahama was lying.
Yes, because if you know a liar, what is the figure? What is the figure that you have put in there? He shouldn't ask you.
No, I will ask you.
No, you can't ask me.
Don't look at
His argument is that John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president, is lying. But to say someone is lying, you need to have contrary facts.
Something that will never happen.
You need to have the facts that prove he is lying. So I ask him,
the one who
does he know the amount of money?
I am the one who
does he know the amount of money that each person is given as a COVID beneficiary money? Does he know the amount? If he does not, then he has no right whatsoever to say John Dramani Mahama was lying, because he has no fact to back that. He can only say he does not agree, but he cannot say he is lying.
He's a liar. No. Mahama is a liar.
You can't say Mahama is a liar.
He's a liar because you have to prove to the Ghanaian. But how you want to come back?
No.
You want to come back. You have to prove to Ghanaians that look, this is the amount of money that has been shared to MPP people.
Yeah, but I am here telling you that I have the fact.
Yes. Put the fact there. Put the fact there.
Let him.
Exactly. So don't come to me.
So Kula, the position is that as NPP person in this studio now today, he doesn't have any fact to say Mahama is lying. Therefore, if he says Mahama is lying,
you don't have any fact to say that people are sharing money within the NPP.
They were given. I can tell you, they were given 1,800 Ghana.
Per what?
Yes. Per applicants.
Look at that. 1,800.
You asked me to give. I have given you facts.
That is what I'm saying. Mention their names. Who are those? Who are those that were given that money?
I think for the purposes of what? For the purposes of this program and also for NDC and then I think that the flag bearer will so let the Ghanaians know whose and how much money is being given so that it will be evidence.
That is what I'm saying. What Mahama was doing was stating fact, as was earlier stated by Senator Rawlings, when NPP were sharing the food meant for
at the end of the day, he was ashamed.
What she was also stating was fact.
But come to the substantive issue. He was arguing earlier on that Akufo-Addo was giving people free electricity and free water. They are benefiting from it. But we ask, what is the volume of electricity extension that Akufo-Addo has done in Ghana?
A lot.
None.
A lot.
None. How much? What of water expansion in Ghana by Akufo-Addo? None. His minister was asked. The Minister of Energy was asked, how many megawatts has NPP added onto the national grid? Megawatts. No, I know what I'm saying. When I say
no, but your national organization named megabyte.
Well, anyway, here what we are talking of megawatts. He was asked. He said none. They've added nothing. You see? So therefore, if your father builds a house for you, and you invite your friend to live in the house for free, the one that is worthy of the appreciation is your father, not you.
Thank you.
So the one who is worthy of appreciation. So no, I'm coming.
So can you land on this?
So yes, I'm landing on that. The one who is worthy of appreciation is John Dramani Mahama, and the most fantastic facility that cured most of the COVID-19 victims is the UGM that John Dramani Mahama visionary built in Ghana. So the credit goes to John Dramani Mahama for.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, Paula. Yeah, good evening.
Good evening again. Yeah, this is Malik.
Oh, Mr. Malik, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, you heard everything, Mr. Malik.
Yes, but I just want to make some corrections, and I want to remind Sule and then Mr. Ayumah on something.
Yeah, go on.
Before death, there must be life. They came across talking about a mortuary and all that. They have forgotten the efforts His Excellency, the incoming president, John Dramani Mahama, has put in health, in the health sector.
Absolutely.
In Issah Ayumah seated there, the ninth man seated there. His hometown, Boku, the hospital was upgraded by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Which hospital?
He's saying Boku.
The regional hospital in Bolga was upgraded by His Excellency
John
Dramani Mahama.
So that means you don't know where I come from.
Let me finish, please. The hospital in Wa was upgraded by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Issah, who is in South Africa, and he doesn't know what is happening in Tamale. I schooled in Tamale. I knew the status of the hospital, and now that the time John took over. Go and see the hospital in Tamale now. At that time, when I was in school, there was no mortuary. They are talking about mortuary. Even though we said John didn't promise mortuary, there was no mortuary. The chief of Tamale asked that they needed mortuary because the scent there, if you go to Tamale those days, it was terrible. I'm sorry to say this. They had to build a mortuary for them. Today you are sitting in South Africa saying that mortuary is not important, but that mortuary that was built was not even meant for all the Muslims.
Okay, thank you.
I wanted to know.
Thank you, Mr. Malik. Yeah.
He said he wanted to know what the NDC incoming government has in place for the Zongos. I would have told him, but there's no time. Let them know that the hospitals were meant to avoid deaths. So if they are thinking that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was just coming to give the deprived communities or Zongos, mortuaries, that is not right. He made provision for hospital, and when the COVID came, their ministers, right. where were they admitted? No, tell me, where were they? And were the hospitals built by Akufo-Addo?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Malik. Thank you.
Thank you.
Issah, it was me. He's talking about hospital.
Yeah, we will add. You can add that one to your argument. Now, the Vice President, Dr. Ayumah, has hit back at former President. He hit back at the former president. Yeah. Let's listen to the. Mr. Sule, you again.
Yes, Mr. Kula, I really have to respond to Malik.
Okay, go on. Go on. Kula,
thank you for the opportunity.
Mr.
Kula, I want the whole world to know that Malik is a liar. I went to a junior secondary school next to the Tamale Regional Hospital. Mr. Kula, there has been a mortuary there before even Malik was born. So Malik shouldn't come and lie to the world that there was no. How can a hospital be built without a mortuary? How is that possible? And you see, he kept saying that I'm in South Africa. If I'm in South Africa, you think I don't know what is happening in Ghana? Or you think I don't go home? And they also kept saying that there are mortuaries in every Islamic country. Nobody is saying that mortuary is haram in Islam. But what we are telling you is that Islam discourages us from keeping bodies.
But that is not the argument.
And mortuary is meant for keeping bodies.
No.
Here in South Africa,
So that is not the argument.
Mr. Kula, when a Muslim pass away, I'm in Pretoria. If a Muslim pass away in Pretoria, I'm the first person to be contacted. And what we do is that we have an agreement with the hospital in Pretoria here. If a Muslim passes away, if the person is recognized as a Muslim, they don't take him to the mortuary. From the bed straight to where we have a place where we bath the bodies. And Mr. Kula, it is not the responsibility of any government to build Muslims where to bath our bodies. And my brother there, I think he's confused. There is a difference between where we perform the ghusl and the mortuary.
Okay, thank
so
you.
Here in South Africa, the Muslim community has a place where we wash the dead bodies. From the hospital bed straight to where we wash the body. So don't tell me about mortuaries. It is not a priority for us. Thank you very much, Mr. Kula. I'm listening.
Issah, yes, yeah. The Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, has hit back at former President John Mahama for claiming that there is nothing to show for the amount of money the government has borrowed since 2017.
Yes.
What he's saying is that there is nothing that you can be showed. But let's introduce this caller, please. Who's calling and where are you calling from, please? Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Kula. Good evening. This is Mary.
Okay. Good evening, Mary. Yeah. You heard everything.
Thank you. Sorry?
I said you heard everything.
Not a lot, but I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. I just want to comment. Alhaji Farrakhan there.
Yeah.
He's doing a great job by exposing Akufo-Addo and his inept government. And a good evening to Mr. Issah Ayumah. Mr. Kula.
Hello.
They said lack of knowledge, my people perish. This Suleiman that is calling from South Africa, that is peddling falsehood on a big platform like Omega TV. You come and tell lies to the people of Ghana. His government is in power. His government is in power, so they should stop this propaganda and tell the people of Ghana the truth. That his government is corrupt. His government has failed Ghanaians. His government did not do anything to help any Ghanaian. None of our people back home benefited from this government. All they did was they told lies, false promises, and when they came to power, what did they do? Nothing. And today, Akufo-Addo, if he's not ashamed of himself, commissioning hospital beds on a park with a red carpet.
And you want me to call my
What kind of a president is he?
No, I don't want you to call him.
Yeah,
all he want to do is to carry his chair in a V8 car, going up and down. That's what he knows best to do.
Mary, can you land for us? We have other callers, please. Thank you.
What I'm saying, Issah Ayumah, I'm not talking to you. Please. I wasn't talking to you. Let me talk. Akufo-Addo is a very wicked old man, and Ghanaians should vote him out because he has failed us awfully. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have another caller here. Good evening. Good evening. Who is calling and where are you calling from? Sorry, we can't hear you. Hold on, please. Good evening. Who is calling?
Good evening, Kula. It's me, Audu, calling again. I think that Sule calling from South Africa is a bit confused about the essence of mortuary and Islam. If he says that in South Africa,
we will do a special program on this.
Is the first point of call. He should know that in UK here, We have, that's what I thought, we have mortuaries in the...
We would, I think we lost him. I think we want our viewers to shift the discussion. We would discuss, have a special program on this. Purpose, please. You will have a special program on this so that we will be able to come into understanding and conclusion. Good evening. Who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Good evening, Mr. Kula. This is Issah.
Mr. Issah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Is everything okay now? Because you were supposed to be here and you couldn't make it. Yeah.
That's why we have a good team. So, Mr. Farrakhan, thank you so much. I'm the local Caucus leader in UK and Ireland. Thank you so much. Mr. Kula, let me respond to the guy who called from South Africa. That guy is ignorant. I repeat.
Oh, Mr. Issah, take it easy, please. Take it, because he's just making his point.
I know, but he's ignorant because if a Muslim dies in the biggest hospital like Konfanoche, so now the whole country, we don't have any place in the mortuary for the Muslims to perform their own right before the burial, right? In the NDC manifesto, what do you call it? Muslim leaders across the country, that's why we call it People's Manifesto. They propose to do this in all the public hospitals. So, Lesule, stop like talking. You're ignorant. I told you that the last 2 weeks. Do the Saudi Arabia have mortuaries? Do Pakistan have a mortuaries? Do other Muslim countries have mortuaries? Yes. So tell me, where do they take their dead bodies to? I mean, that guy is ignorant.
Thank you.
Can you imagine? Let me just my last point. Can you imagine? Under Kufuor government, Ghana has been blacklisted anti-money laundering. And the 23 countries, Ghana is not safe. Akufo-Addo is taking Ghana to teach. So my last word is, Mr. Our Zongo Caucus leader, Farrakhan, you've done where your analysis. You mean you are following the former president who has a vision for the country.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
Call him.
Thank you, Mr. Issah. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Issah, the former president recently in a media interview said that President Nana-Addo government has borrowed excessively with nothing to show for it, and this was the response from Bawumia. Then the Bawumia then responded by saying that, hold on please. Then Bawumia responded by saying that the NPP government has not used the money to borrow to invest in guinea fowls, but subsequently flew to Burkina Faso.
Exactly.
So he then gave this answer back to say that they didn't borrow the money to use it for guinea fowl to fly. What is your view on that, please?
Yeah, because if the former president will come and has no message for the people of Ghana, yes, His Excellency the Vice President has got the message for the people, and the people of Ghana have seen what that money has been borrowed for. That is why he, the former president, and his people or his family members are also joined free senior high school, which he said he couldn't have used 20 million to do free senior high school, 20 billion. Let me come to that point. What did Vice President said? He said that yes, we borrowed the money, yes, and we used the money according to what Ghanaians is supposed to be.
Such as
one. Let me tell you that he is saying, notice that the former president himself has answered his own question in a video clip. 1 or 2, we nonetheless provide some information of the education of former president. 3, the NPP in its first term has undertaken projects, infrastructure in Ghana more than any other government in the history of Ghana in the first 4 years. And these are the things that are going on. We have provided almost 18,000 projects across the country. And this 18,000 projects, 10,000 has been executed and completed. within the 4 years.
So 8,000 are outstanding.
Sorry? Yeah, it's ongoing. 8,000 is ongoing. And these projects are ongoing projects. 10,000 has. Anybody who distributes it can go and Google what he responded to the former president and go through the whole thing. You will see where these projects are. It is on our what? A government project tracker. If you go there, you see everything. You understand? Or go across the country. If you didn't find any of the project, come and tell the whole Ghanaians.
Thank you.
So for me, I'm surprised that my brother sitting here is not trying to tell Ghanaians what they can do. All what they are talking now is accusation. Even look at Uso Achao came. He didn't say anything. All what he's saying, Akokura Boni. Meanwhile, you've got these Akokures in your house. So for you to come and then be saying things like that on air, mind yourself, you are going to be Akokura as well. You understand? So what I'm saying is, the NDC should tell Ghanaians what they are coming back to power to do. Not insults. Not the way they are. Look, all their children, they have taught them how to insult people. You understand?
Are you
it's
saying
very sad.
All the NDC?
Of course, anybody. Look, even
to...
some of us, they insult us directly without even knowing you. But just because of the way they train them, when they open their mouth, they insult. But we are not worried about that. We are telling Ghanaians what we have done for them, and it is reflecting their livelihood. And everybody is seeing it. The whole world is seeing it. Because we brought a whole change of the environment of our country. So that is why Ghana is moving forward, and the people of Ghana are hailing the MPP government, which these people thought it could have been them. But they have no clue about governing the country. All what the money that they took,
you want to learn, please? Yeah.
They didn't do anything for the country. And that is why they said they have no clue about governing, and then went to IMF for what? For policy credibility. And we were under IMF for almost 5 years. And they were controlling our country. Now, we are out of IMF, and we are controlling the country, and the whole world, investors are getting into our country. This year is road year, and every part of the country is getting roads.
Please.
So please, if you people have nothing to tell Ghanaians, then you just shut up, and then we rule the country for you. But don't come and pour insult on anybody, because you don't have any message. You don't put any message out there.
Thank you. Let's listen
to
this.
So did I answer your question about Bawumia giving back to what the former president
Thank you. Yeah, Arafat, I've heard it. So Arafat, I'll let you go on. We have a Farrakhan. We have a caller here.
Okay.
We will let you continue. Who is calling? Where are you calling from, please?
Hello, caller. It's Courage again.
Yeah, we're running out of time, so if you can hit it for us.
But
thank you.
My submission is tell this Ayumah pretty much he is very, very ill informed and very, very being economical with the truth, because all the things that he stated, nothing of that nature is happening. If I may ask him, with the 4 years that they've been in office, what sort of structures or what sort of projects have been put in place? Apart from the one that has been started by MAHAMA and President Akufo-Addo is running, commissioning them and claiming ownership of them. Few roads that they've constructed or bridges that have been constructed has been washed away by water.
That's right.
So where lies the project that they have done? He made mention of them completing about 18,000 projects. Which part of the country specifically is he talking about?
18,000 has been
Because
completed.
he is talking about tracker. We are not talking about tracker. We are talking about facts. Where are those projects? How many schools have they built? How many megawatts have they added to the grid? The water expansion project, what have they added?
Thank you very much.
The insecurity in our country is becoming very alarming. People are dying. Bankers or
it's part of the discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Bureau operators are lured and killed.
Thank you.
So what are they telling us? The insecurity, is that what we're going to give them 4 years for?
Is that your message to the Ghanaian people?
Yeah, Farrakhan will continue. Thank you very much. Yeah,
thank you very much, Kula. I appreciate.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
No, it's fine. I get the drift. I appreciate my brother Ayumah's effort to try to explain the flawed, the intangible, the policies and programs and all that of the NPP. I appreciate his effort. It's just like the saying that we have in our traditional language that you can't save a dying child even if you put it under the bosom of Pope. That's the situation he's in. This is the situation. You remember when we had the credit crunch in this country, in the whole world. What Gordon Brown and Blair did was that they brought the entire world and understood that the best way to ride out of this financial crisis is to initiate infrastructural development, and that was what shifted the nation. That was what shifted the entire globe out of the recession. There was massive, even in this country, there was massive developmental project going on everywhere. That is what. So when the visionary leader of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, came in, he realized that we have massive infrastructural deficit, and so he borrowed 53 billion. If you multiply 53 billion by 2, you get 106. Akufo-Addo has borrowed more than 106. And still, you can go to Ghana and you cannot see Terminal 3 and say it was built by Akufo-Addo. You cannot see the UGM and say it was built by Akufo-Addo. You cannot see Ridge Hospital and say it was built by Akufo-Addo. You cannot see E-Blocks and say it was built by Akufo-Addo. The practical question John Dramani Mahama was asking was that there was a social contract between the people of Ghana and Akufo-Addo. When he told them, when I come, I am going to build 350 senior secondary schools from scratch.
How many did he do?
Sorry, I didn't know. He says, I was going to build 350 from scratch. That was what Akufo-Addo said. So vote for me. Ghanaians listened and entered into social contract with Akufo-Addo, asking him to build the 350 secondary schools. Did Akufo-Addo build? No. When Akufo-Addo came, he said, John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president, promised.
The people of Ghana are asking you, what are you going to do for them? And you are sitting there.
I'm responding to what Bawumia said.
Yeah, because Bawumia this that he brought.
I am justifying.
Go and look at it and say,
I am justifying what John Dramani Mahama said.
Hold on,
it was a legitimate question. That's the point. It was a legitimate question because you cannot take money from Ghana twice as much as what John Dramani Mahama.
Hold on. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
You cannot take twice as much of what John Dramani Mahama has taken and not be able to produce what he has done with less than half.
Sorry, Arafat. Let's answer the question. Who is calling? Where are you calling from, please?
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, the family show. Miss Familia, Miss Free London. In all the same, they always talking about insecurity, especially NDC people. The person me busa insecurity within that short possible time na NDC people. Wama so chairman said they will force almost plot against the nation. But in all no. The only issue here, me blame our current president a little bit because so was stepping in and I want more chance to both side for or 2 women who jelly woman, Cassania may cost for Ghana or non Cassizin to 2 in extra. But the side be sick, not inside some better action against it. No, my back against him. Almost Sannie say you can members of parliament in the nation. Sannie places. Your friend is accident. Any will be a honour to the fear to me fagan. Mean who said you young colleague organ and not Sannie my winning you. It is this is what to me transit. Ever criticize here. Woman call for the started plotting a plan. There's insecurity in Ghana. They are near Musa and DC for. Secondly, banking sector is no more canon. Banking sector is a bank of money or Mojuma bank in Nengu. It's that times NDC members and yet the work power. And normally Ghana is banks in the nation. It is a bank for only What is bad thinking about the bankers? What about those who put their money in the bank? What about them?
Thank you, Akosia. We have other callers. Thank you.
And no nine borrowing. So almost see this can be the main party be a master and say. So almost see president when you borrow money, then you too much or borrow to pay the debt of NDC.
No.
And as they say, the crowd borrows the car.
Thank you very much.
If you borrow to pay debt, the debt goes down. It doesn't go up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
Government, but not NDC people.
Thank you.
All these people going on in the country, a man say, you know, NDC for one set one, almost the longest ruling party in the nation. So what are they talking about?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Kuda, I was on the floor.
We have a few callers here that we need to.
I was on the floor. If I can just run up.
Yeah. Hold on, caller. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. The point I was establishing was that.
Hold on, callers. Yeah.
Akufo-Addo has borrowed twice as much and more than what General Mahama has borrowed. That is a fact. And in terms of its infrastructure, what we can see, touch, recognize, accept, and link with the borrowing of John Dramani Mahama, we can see, we can feel, and accept as assets of the nation. That is what it is. But what the question that the incoming president was putting forward to Akufo-Addo was, no one can see what Akufo-Addo has done with the money that he has borrowed.
You borrowed money and built only
if I can
what do you call it?
Please,
Dubai interchange. We have built 4 of the interchange. But you borrowed money.
Please let me
built only Dubai interchange.
You went to Terminal 3. You went through Terminal 3.
What Terminal 3? What Terminal 3? What is are you talking about Terminal 3?
Did you go through
so that money was borrowed to build Terminal 3.
Did you go through Terminal 3?
That is what I'm asking you.
Where were ministers?
How much did you borrow the Terminal 3? How much did you borrow and build the Terminal 3?
The point, the simple point.
You see, you
so
people,
we are speaking a long time. Okay.
Let me learn. What Issah was asking, what are we coming to do for Ghanaians? And that's significant.
Yeah.
No, but you are speaking a long time, so land now.
No. He was interjecting and the caller came in.
No, you also.
So now I'm
land, yeah.
I'm landing. Yes, what I'm saying. What NDC is putting forward to Ghanaians is that NDC, when John Mahama inshallah comes into office, what we are doing is that we're making healthcare accessible, free for every Ghanaian citizen.
Thank you.
That is the first step. And also because we understand because we understand the significance in the multiple effect of infrastructural development, we implementing the big push.
Arafat, sorry, Farrakhan, I keep on saying, yeah, thank you very much, thank you. So who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Kula, it's Ernesto, I'm calling from London.
Oh, hello, Mr. Ernest, how are you?
How are you, boss?
Yeah, fine. You heard everything?
Oh, yeah, I've been listening. I've been listening to everybody.
I thought you was coming today.
I was going to come, but then I'm locked up somewhere. But my senior brother, Issah, Ayumah, obviously doing justice to the subject of the mortuary or the supposed mortuary that's supposed to be built in the Zongo. So, I mean, I don't think I would have answered that better. So I think he's doing a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, go on then. We're running out of time, so thank you.
Yeah, just 5 minutes, please. First of all, I would like to correct my brother Farrakhan, yeah? He just said something, and I just got 2 points. First of all, they keep mentioning about what have we added to the national grid since an ADDO party came into power. I mean, if they have added all the excess capacity that we don't need, and we're paying millions of dollars every year, why are they still asking for more power to be added to the grid? I mean, clearly, it's just a lack of vision to even think of that as a way of using that as an argument. I mean, he sounds very intelligent, but I think some of the arguments, he should leave that to Kokubuahin and the other guys to do. Bakula, my last point I want to make again is he said in 2008, during the recession, Gordon Brown developed on project or developmental project to save the economy worldwide. Can he tell us which development project in 2008 that was developed in 2008 in this country? Kula, I'm going to be...
Can you land because of time, please?
I'm going to land. I want him to come in when I'm done. 2008, Gordon Brown saved the economy by injecting billion pounds. And this is what Nane Kufuor did when he came in, when John Dramani Mahama, the government has collapsed all the banks in Ghana. So if he's staying on your show crediting Gordon Brown for saving the UK economy for 2008 when the whole our whole world economy crashed, the whole idea was to inject capital into our collapsed bank. This is what Nane Kufuor came when John Dramani Mahama has supervised collapse of all our financial sector.
Exactly.
And I want Farrakhan to tell me which development Gordon Brown did before he went out of office.
Thank you.
The whole idea was inject money into our banks, make them strong, which is what we do have now in Ghana. We don't want John Mahama and his cohort to come back and give money to Dufour and the rest to misuse the money.
Ernest, thank you very much. Thank you. We have other callers. Thank you. We have other callers. Then Issah, we will come to you. Good evening. Who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good evening.
Hello?
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Birmingham.
Pardon? You calling from Birmingham? Yeah. Go on. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Go on with your point, please.
Okay. The person mechanic. I want to respond to the guy that just finished now. Master Walker said anything, and the Farrakhan comes in because during the crisis, the Labour Party or more investing into infrastructure. Even if they didn't do it, the infrastructure is already there. I mean, when there's raining, you don't see flooding. You don't see the issue of doom stock. They don't have issue of trafficking. So the infrastructure is already there. You can't build a country without focusing on infrastructure. A country like Ghana. See, Bissau will say what you 100 and something billion. Then will be which you trackers.
Pathetic.
Yeah, the trackers what it is Kanima. Show us what you've done on the ground. You are telling us we should go on a tracker. I mean, toilets. I mean,
what is your point? So and also land because of time. Right.
Can say? Akufo-Addo government failure, simple as that. They have failed. Mama they said you I'm doing that. They have failed. Every time.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Focus on infrastructure. A country like Ghana, focus on infrastructure. You need Kenya. We don't have. We don't have. I mean,
thank you.
Simple as that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's take our last call and then we can concentrate. Good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yes. Good evening.
Good evening once again, Mr. Kula.
Yeah. Oh, good evening, Mr. Malik. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Mr. Malik, can we give you 1 minute because you've been on it, so others can have opportunity, please. Thank you.
Yeah, because this program matters to me. You know, Mr. Ayumah asked, what are we coming back to do? In brief, we are coming to continue from where we left because they have wasted Now, secondly, Issah, the guy who called from South Africa,
Mr. Sule.
Mr. Sule, when I said I attended secondary school there, He thought it was JSS. I'm surprised. He attended JSS. I didn't attend JSS. So you see, he's a young man. He doesn't even know what I was talking about. So he just attended JSS. You see, so that's the point. So he had.
So you are claiming that Mr. Sule is a young man?
Just because
as compared to my age, yes, because I didn't go to JSS. But he attended JSS. So he's talking about recent times.
Okay, thank
that
you.
Was when, and before he came, NDC had brought all these things in place. So he should get his facts right. And when he's talking, he should know that people have experience more than him when it comes to that region, northern region.
Thank you, Mr. Malik. Issah,
Thank you.
Let's take this question is very interesting question.
Yeah.
Mahama today was saying that he has accused the government of unleashing the police on innocent customers, while Nam1 is free and walking about with money in his pocket.
So which time? What time?
He's saying that you see, nothing is done to these people, to Nam1.
Yeah.
While the government is unleashing and chasing customers, Nam1 is free.
Which customers the government is chasing?
Well, today that is the message from the.
This man is confused. This man is totally confused. Nam1.
Hold on, please.
Nam1? What time did Nam1 took advantage of his weakness of how to govern the country and make people suffer in this way? And those people who they are claiming are Nam1 customers probably think
Mama
that
is saying the people should vote. Ghanaians should vote for him because if he comes, he's going to get the money from Nam1 for them.
That one saying that it was his time that these things was happening. It was his time. So what is he talking about? That one saying that he's confused because Nam1 was taking people's money and then it wasn't registered as a proper bank or this thing, a proper financial.
It was registered.
It wasn't registered. Why is it that this thing?
It's a registered organization.
Business and taking gold.
That one saying that because it wasn't
it's registered. Don't lie about it. It's registered.
You say I'm lying about
it.
Yeah,
when you say it's not registered,
why is it that what do you call them? They said that look, your business, the business that you are doing, is not supposed to be taking people's money.
The question is the government protecting Nam1?
What is Nam1? Because that one
is the government bullying or unleashing
Nam1 and government has
police officers on customers?
That's what the government has got nothing. The government has got nothing to do with Nam1. You see, it is the government structure that it has put in place whereby this illegal financial service were going on has got into this because people saw that it was illegal, but because of their greediness, they put their money in there. You can't go and buy something and God knows with it, and you are asking the government to come and pay to you. That is not what benefit was the government benefiting from Nam1.
Thank you. Based on what Issah is saying.
Yeah, please.
So Issah is saying that it should not be linked to the government. Mahama should link this to the government. And what is your view about that?
I sometimes when there are political issues, when there are issues that deals with the wealth and welfare of people, we deal with them separate. In this case, it's not about party politics. When the issue of DKM came,
I'm really sorry because the person who has come for call, I think, is a foreign number. So let him talk. In a normal
That's
call.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who is calling and where are you calling from, please?
Mr. Kula, you're speaking to Sule, calling
from
South
Mr. Sule, how are you? You have something to say. I interjected with Mr. Faraka.
Yes, Mr. Kula, you know, I do know very well that the NDC is led by a bunch of ignorant people.
Why are you saying that, please?
Mr. or whatever he's called is actually an example of poverty of minds in the NDC. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Mr. Kula, you see, I am not saying that it is haram for Muslims to use mortuary. But what we are saying, it is not a necessity. He should get it right. It is not a necessity. We don't need mortuary. Mortuaries have been there.
Sule,
and we have
can I please help Sule here?
So we are saying that John Mahama should come with something better.
Sule,
That is what we are saying.
Sule.
Yes, Mr. Kula.
Sule, it's me, Farrakhan here.
Yes.
What I'll be happy that...
Mr. Kula, I can hardly hear him. If maybe you can,
Sule, okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
What
hear you
I'm
now.
going to do on this station is to make an honest plea as an MPP brother and a Muslim brother. You do not have to...
Did you hear also a child calling me
No.
ignorant? What did you tell him?
No, I'm going to learn. Let me learn.
No. If
let me learn.
And you allow him to get away with it.
No, I'm going to learn.
Prevent me from saying the same thing that he said.
Let me learn, please. It's not about also a child. What I am pleading with you is that as a Muslim brother, it is wrong and not correct for you to say that John Dramani Mahama has promised to build mortuaries for Muslims in Zongos. You know it is a lie and it is wrong. This is what I want to establish between you and I.
I asked you a clear question and you failed to answer that question.
Which question?
Can you be honest and tell me, apart from this issue of the mortuary, what else did you promise us?
Okay, let me list for you.
Thank you, Sule. Thank you.
And Mr. Kula, for Malik, I want him to understand that I'm not that young as he thinks. I'll be happy if I was a young man. We were the first batch of this current senior secondary school. So I'm not young.
Okay. Maybe you are a lucky man to be called young. Are you not taking that?
That's what I'm saying. I'll be very happy if I was that young.
I think you should be happy to be classified as a young person. Thank you. Thank you.
So that false narrative must die. We can't accept that. It is wrong. It doesn't help the political. Look at how many minutes we've spent on this false issue. The point is that you don't take somebody's religion, mold it out of politics, and be creating problems out of it. No, it's wrong, especially when you are.
We will do a special program.
But now we are back. But now
I think with the Muslim community, we will do a special program.
Now we are back. Now we are back on the substantive issue.
Number one, go on.
Yes.
Caller, can you lower your radio for us or your TV, please?
Thank you, Mr. Kola. I've done it. This is also a charm again.
Hold on, Mr. Also a charm. Lower it, please. We can still hear you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, go on.
The point with
Mr. Also a charm, we can still hear you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kola.
No. Okay, you go on. Go on.
Thank you. Sule is knowledgeably bankrupt when it comes to governance because he knows nothing. You just come and just take garbage and go away. You see what Farrakhan exposed him? Our manifesto, we didn't see they are going to build mortuaries in Zongos. So he's ignorant. He's knowledgeable bankrupt. Did you hear the former president of MAHAMA said, before I left office, I set up Cocoa Root Fund and put $150 million every year. The current government, the Bonnie government, the Kufari government has stopped all these contracts. So why European Commission has blacklisted Ghana under what do you call it, money laundering or anti-money laundering.
Thank you, Mr. Osuansa. Mr. Osuansa, thank you. Because of time factors here. Thank you very much. Farrakhan, thank you.
What I was saying, the issue of this
Namwan
and DKM and all that, it was MPP that politicized it. When Akufo-Addo stood and said the money of DKM is with Lordina Mahama and John Dramani Mahama, which, it was absolute lie, but he went ahead with it, inspired his people to go ahead, and lo and behold, God being so good, God translated that into his own problem.
The question is,
on Namwan,
the issue is that Mahama is accusing the government of unleashing the police on innocent customers while Namwan was free. Has the government unleashed any police on these customers?
Namwan customers, Men's Gold customers had gone out to demonstrate and seek their money. When they did that, they got on demonstration. They went to picket at an office. I can't remember the office. And the government
do picket today.
The government brought out police, and it ended up in scuffles.
Is Namwan protected or overprotected, as I just said, by MAHAMA?
Absolutely, absolutely. The suggestion of MAHAMA is not even the fact that John Dramani Mahama, the incoming president, was talking about, is the fact that somebody, a citizen of Ghana, committed what you described as fraud against over 60,000 citizens of Ghana. Very huge amount of money. This person is sitting in the nation. Assets not seized, buildings not liquidated. There is nothing, and that gives the people hope that the president, who is the father of the nation, is being responsible and taken responsible. In any nation, when this happens, all assets of Namwan should have been frozen, everything seized, everything taken, so that it could be liquidated and the money realized could be used to be shared to the people. And Namwan would be made to face the law, so that Namwan would serve as a deterrent for any other citizen who would want to go in that way. What do we see? Nothing. It's not happening. But prior to that, there are instances of Namwan taking picture with the president, having meeting with the president and the people of the president, including Nyantechi, who said the government is in his pocket only with $5,000 or $1,000,000. This is what gives the understanding that the government is protecting Namwan while unleashing brutality on the citizens whose money has been taken by Namwan. And this is unfair by any standard. No citizen has to undergo through this. For which reason, like the argument Akufo-Addo put together during the issue of DKM when John Dramani Mahama was in office. He asked the people not to vote for John Dramani Mahama because their money is with John Dramani Mahama and Ladina Mahama. And so it is right, fair and justifiably so that the same citizens will be asked not to vote for Akufo-Addo because he is shielding Namwan. For which reason they need to vote him out and allow so that when the incoming president John Dramani Mahama comes in, he will liquidate his assets and use the money to pay the people.
Let's do our last question. I mean, you can go first. Mahama has accused the security agencies that they're not doing their job because of the death of Echo Kwanzaa Hayford, Honorable Echo Kwanzaa Hayford. What he's saying is that there is a growing climate of insecurity in Ghana. Armed robberies and violent crimes have become a common occurrence, according to the former president, and he's urging the government and the security agencies to do more to protect. However, the Ashanti Regional Secretary for the MPP is very, very angry about it, in the sense that he is saying that what Mahama should compare his record in terms of his time and the incidences that used to happen, compare it to the current time and see the difference. What is your view?
This kind of analysis is very childish, what the NPP guy is saying, because this is the point. If you are here and then I tell you you were outside, it's cold, why should you say it's warm here and it's cold outside? It doesn't make sense. What John Dramani Mahama was saying was stating fact. Since Akufo-Addo stepped on the throne, Ghana has never known peace. Never has it been.
Since
Akufo-Addo took over office, absolutely. I give you instances. First was the police officer who was beaten right at Jubilee House. What happened to the thugs that beat him? Nothing. A sitting judge had to forgo a hearing. People who were arraigned before that judge was carried away. What happened? Nothing. A security officer in Kumasi was beaten. We could see video with blood in his mouth. What happened? Nothing. Ayumah West Walk, the most recent one. What happened? Nothing. How many armed robbers have been arrested with Jubilee House tag on them? What happened? Nothing. Naturally, we all understand when you have a child and the child is doing
is going through a truant direction, and you fail to strengthen the child or straighten the child, all that you do is you embolden the child, and it reaches a point where you cannot do anything, and that is where we've reached now. A typical example is, look at the scenario that happened in Ayawaso, West Wogan. It happened and a commission was set up. Have you seen the report of the commission? Have you seen anything implemented in Ghana as a result of the land?
Yes.
So therefore, what John Dramani Mahama was saying, that Akufo-Addo has been the spearhead of the thuggery that we see in Ghana. Therefore, the insecurity in Ghana all lies on the head of Akufo-Addo.
Issah, you see, if you hear things like that from a former president, then you ask yourself that what did Ghanaians did wrong to bring somebody like MAHAMA to be a president of Ghana before? Because all the words that is coming out from his mouth, you could see the type of wickedness and misleading.
Why? What is the wickedness?
Yes, because during his 8 years,
someone just texted me and said they want to know what wickedness.
During his 8 years, a lot of crime that went through his regime, he hasn't done anything about it. Secondly, before even this, my brother was saying that Akufo-Addo came into the throne. Ghana is not peace, and your people are living in Ghana, are enjoying everything, and you say Ghana is not peace. The whole world is saying that Ghana is the most peaceful place, even in this country that we are living. Crime rate is even higher than Ghana that we are living, the people are living now. And you sit down here to say Ghana has no peace. My friend, please, look at what is happening now. We had a tape of a rule and opposition political party chairman when hiding with his people, inciting how they are going to kidnap people, how they are going to kill people, how they are going to make life uncomfortable for the people of Ghana, just because he's not in power. He wants power. He said it, that look, we are going to make the place uncomfortable. Look at what he said. Did John Mahama come out to condemn anything about it? Look at what Elvis Efrie Ankara said. Did the former president came out to condemn about what they said? And this is exactly what they have mobilized people, bring some missionaries out of the country to come and terrorize Ghanaians. And you turn around to tell Ghanaians that it is the president. The president is not doing anything at all. Meanwhile, you went to somewhere asking people like the Togo land and whatnot and so on, asking them to destabilize the country for you to come back to power. All these things is happening in the country, but the president is focused. Anybody who attempts will see what is going to happen to that person. All these things that is happening there, we know. We don't want, because this is what they are looking for, to make the country like it is a war zone. But being a very intelligent and international man of integrity and understand the rule of law, he will not go their way, the way where they want us to go with Ghana, because all these things is happening under their own people who said it. Look at the people that they arrested recently for killing the Cosmintim. Two of them is from Cosmintim Zongo, are NDC people. Why should such a thing? Look at just recently a report that an NDC parliamentary candidate has signed checks, gave to people to go and kill somebody in a hotel.
Is that what the reporters?
Yes, that is exactly. It's gone everywhere. That is what the report said. Even the police, they said it that why is it that he's in police custody? The NDC parliamentary candidate. Why is it that he's in police custody? So please look. What I'm saying is this: that look, these people, these NDC people in our country, led by John Dramani Mahama, they think if they are not in power, they can do anything at all. But they should venture. We are just looking at everything as possible. We put them into their places.
Do you think that the things, I mean, this is the question to both of you. Do you think the things happening we are making it too much politics, more political in terms of dealing with the police having a role to deal with all these things going on.
Yeah, but if the police are trying to do their work,
the MPP are blaming the NDC.
No.
The NDC are blaming.
Listen, the MPP blame the NDC because of these tapes. You understand?
So
listen to me very carefully. The MPP is blaming the NDC because of these tapes.
But the former president is saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The former president, because he knows about it. If he doesn't know anything,
he knows about the crime happening in the country.
Because why is it that he never condemned what the tape has said?
How does he know the crime happening all over the country?
That is what I'm saying, because he instigated by his own people. His chairman said it, yeah, and his campaign director said it.
You see,
these two things, this person hasn't come out with anything.
You both have
finished.
You have 2 minutes to make your final analysis.
No, on this issue, he couldn't. On this issue, let's just so that
we don't have time.
You see, so what I'm saying, what I'm saying is this: that if they think that is the only way they can come back to power, then they are lying, because we are aware, we are led, we are holding the country like what? Our egg. That these people are trying to smash the egg on the ground. We will not allow them to do that, because enough is enough. Because the former president said it, that if it comes to unleashing violence, we came from violence, we are blood suckers, we can suck blood anytime, anywhere. We are not going to allow them to suck people's blood. You understand? You understand this? All things that is happening now.
Thank you, Issah. Because of time. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but I didn't learn. All what they are trying to do, it is going to come back to them, and we'll arrest them one by one, and we'll prosecute them, including their parliamentary candidate. If it is not a shame to you people, a whole parliamentary candidate sign a check, 5,000 each, to 4 people to go and kill his fellow, and you sit down here and
thank you, Farrakhan. No, let him do his summation as well. Thank you.
Fellow Ghanaians, we are appreciative of your participation in our program. We thank the fact that you spend this time with us to listen to the reasoned presentation that we've had. We believe you are discerning people, and you can understand the concept of the second coming. We are people of faith, and we believe in the second, in the equality of things, and we believe in the balance. That is why we believe that it is deliberate that God has taken John Dramani Mahama and brought him back. Come December 7th, we vote for him, put him back in power, not only to rescue Ghana, but to rescue MPP as well, because the current administration of Akufo-Addo is damaging MPP as a political party. When NDC comes in power, after we've all voted for him, all of you can go back to your NPP, but for now, let us all come together, vote John Dramani Mahama into office, so that we would have formidable NPP as an opposition, while John Dramani Mahama steers Ghana forward with a big push, with free access to primary health care, irrespective of where you are or who you are. And also, our mothers, our wives and aunties, when they give birth, they would have fantastic periods to rest at home and recuperate and continue their social productivity. We believe in John Dramani Mahama, who has delivered before. He brought a fantastic and phenomenal concept of education, the E-block. We never saw this in the entire history of our country until he came in. And also we've seen Terminal 3, we've seen the expansion of Harbour, we've seen the Circle Interchange, we've seen the Fufusu Solar Road, we've seen all the roads that John Dramani Mahama has produced with only half what Akufo-Addo has borrowed. We believe in him, and we believe it's God's will that we vote for him come December 7th and return him into power.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for staying with us.
Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, Mr. Farrakhan, for your contribution today, Mr. Issah Ayumah for your contribution. And also our viewers, we would like to thank you. Also producer, Joe Bedu, CEO, we'd like to thank you, and Sister Dansoa for all your contribution and your support today. Good night, everyone. Good night, and we see you next week. David and Goliath affair will continue part 2 next week. Good night, everyone. Good night. God bless you all. Good night.
Ghanaians are tired of pettiness. Ghanaians are tired of mismanagement. Ghanaians are tired of incompetence. And that is
Ghana have only problem here because they are free SHS. That is not a reality. It is a mockery.
So a man who says he's fighting corruption, how can he use langars to take people's lands and properties from them?